Illinois 19 electors cast their votes for U.S. President and Vice President in a ceremony hosted by the Illinois Secretary of State's office as part of the nation's Electoral College process. The electors selected by the Democratic Party pledged their votes to their party's candidates during the event at the Capitol in Springfield. Illinois Secretary of State highlighted the ceremony's significance, emphasizing its role in safeguarding democracy and ensuring voters' voices are heard. The electors signed 6 certificates of vote paired with certificates of ascertainment to be included in the 2025 certification of electoral votes in Washington, D.C. Take a look.
Hi, everybody. Happy Monday, happy holidays. Make sure my phone is off. Everybody ready? Thank you. Good morning, and thank you for attending this morning as our state's electors prepare to meet and cast their 19 votes for President and Vice President of the United States. As Secretary of State, I hold the responsibility of ensuring that the certification of the vote is completed correctly, accurately, and honestly tomorrow at the Capitol in Springfield. A successful election is defined by more than just what happens on Election Day. It depends on various voter registration efforts throughout the state, including at our DMVs, and collaboration with county clerks across Illinois to register voters and ensure clean voting rolls. Volunteers and other public servants work long, stressful days to make sure that the tenets of democracy are upheld at our polling places and that the votes are counted accurately. After all that work is complete, the State Board of Elections certifies the vote count, which occurred earlier this month. As Secretary of State, our office is tasked with the unique role of certifying our Electoral College vote for President and Vice President, a process that, up until 4 years ago, didn't receive much attention. I apologize in advance. I don't have the Schoolhouse Rock skills to turn this into a catchy song, so please bear with me, but here goes. The process for electing the President and Vice President is laid out in Article 2, Section 1 of the United States Constitution, and other federal and state laws add additional measures to the process. When we watch the electoral map folks on TV, they point to their screens and talk about the number of Electoral College votes for each state. They're actually referring to the number of presidential electors that each state is granted. Illinois has 19 of the 538 total votes. This number is determined by the number of congresspeople in each state. Illinois' 19 electoral votes are comprised of its 17 members of the House and its 2 U.S. senators. Congressional seats are awarded based on the state's population, so this number changes every 10 years with the census. Illinois is a winner-take-all state, meaning that the party that wins the most votes in the state, known as the popular vote, takes all 19 of our state's Electoral College votes, even if a congressional district reflects more votes for the candidate who didn't win. For example, while Kamala Harris and Tim Walz did not win every Illinois constitutional district, they will receive the votes from all 19 Democratic electors because their ticket won the overall vote total in Illinois. So who are the people casting these 19 votes and how are they selected? Each of the major political parties in the state have their own governing committee that selects their 19 electors and alternate electors before Election Day. In this case, it was the Democratic Party of Illinois. After the Illinois State Board of Elections certifies the winner of the popular vote, which occurred on December 2nd, the winning party's electors are sent a certificate of ascertainment by the governor. This certificate informs them that they will be the ones voting by listing the selected electors and the vote count that the winning candidate received. Federal law mandates that all states convene their electors on the same day to vote, which this year falls on December 17th. Tomorrow, our electors will meet to cast their votes at the Illinois State Capitol. Illinois requires all electors pledge to vote for their party's candidate or be replaced with an alternate elector. After they vote, the copies of the certificates of vote that are signed by the electors and certificates of ascertainment are sent to the President of the United States Senate, the Archivist of the United States, our state chief election officer, and the chief judge of the court district where the meeting was held. The President of the Senate will open our state's voting during a joint session of Congress on January 6th after the new Congress is sworn in. Once these votes are counted, the new President and Vice President are officially announced and inaugurated into office on June 20, 2025. And that is your civics lesson for the day. Thank you all again for being here, and I'll open up to any questions that you may have. And it's okay if you don't have questions. I can add a couple points also. We've been asked why we are doing this, and the truth of the matter is we promised transparency in the process when we ran for this office and every single thing that we do. This is an issue that never came up before 4 years ago after what happened on January 6th. So we believe in transparency. We want to educate the electorate and Illinois residents on how the process works. And someone who is somewhat of a history nerd, I happen to personally love this stuff. So tomorrow is an important day for our democracy. It's a great day for civics nerds like myself. I'm honored to be the Secretary of State, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow's ceremony.
Mr. Secretary, we have a question from Springfield. It deals with, could you elaborate on the enhanced security at the state capitol currently?
In general or for tomorrow?
In general.
So our job as Secretary of State is to protect the Capitol complex and all Capitol buildings. It's a job that we take very serious. Hard stop. Obviously, we'd like to make everything as easy as possible. We'd like to make entrance into and exit out of the Capitol as easy and swimmingly as possible. Tragically, those days are gone. We've received numerous threats. We've seen what's happened around the country. I wish it weren't the case. I wish we didn't even have to have metal detectors or security screenings at the Capitol and the Capitol complex, but we live in a world where that's required. I know it's caused some frustration. I know it makes the process a little longer, and I can deal with people who are upset about the process, but what I will not deal with are any lives lost or major tragic events. That's our job, to protect and save lives. All right? Well, we appreciate you being here. It's going to be a special day. I encourage anyone and everyone who's able to be there in Springfield tomorrow to come witness and be a part of history. Thank you so much.